The world of consumer packaged goods is constantly evolving, and 2023 is set to bring some exciting new trends in the food and beverage industry. We're seeing a lot of interest in plant-based and meat alternatives, as well as products that are focused on sustainability and reducing waste. Another trend we're seeing is the rise of functional foods and beverages that offer health benefits beyond basic nutrition. According to recent consumer research, over 50% of consumers are interested in trying new plant-based meat alternatives, while over 70% are interested in products that offer health benefits. And let's not forget about convenience. Consumers are busier than ever, and they want products that are easy to prepare and consume on the go. As such, we're seeing an increase in single-serve and ready-to-eat options, as well as products that can be customized to meet individual dietary needs and preferences. The battle for control, finding the right balance for your brand. One of the most significant changes in recent years has been the rise of direct-to-consumer (D2C) sales, which have disrupted traditional distribution channels. While D2C offers numerous advantages for brands, such as increased control over the customer experience and the ability to collect valuable data, it also presents significant challenges. One of the main challenges is the high cost of customer acquisition. Without the support of established retail partners, D2C brands must invest heavily in marketing to drive traffic to their websites and generate sales. This can be especially challenging for smaller brands with limited budgets. Another challenge is the logistics of fulfillment and shipping. Unlike traditional distribution channels, D2C brands must handle all aspects of order fulfillment, from packing and shipping to customer service. This can be a complex and costly process, especially as sales volume increases. In addition, traditional retailers still hold significant power in the market, and many consumers still prefer to shop in brick-and-mortar stores. Brands must strike a balance between building a strong D2C channel and maintaining relationships with retail partners. Despite these challenges, many brands have found success with a hybrid approach, combining D2C sales with traditional distribution channels. This allows brands to benefit from the advantages of both models while mitigating some of the associated risks and challenges. In fact, data shows that D2C sales are expected to account for 20% of all CPG sales by 2025, up from just 3% in 2015. As consumers continue to shift their shopping habits online, brands must be prepared to adapt and embrace D2C sales as a critical component of their overall strategy. But how can brands effectively navigate the complexities of D2C and traditional distribution channels? We'll explore this further in this video, but first let's dive into the growing challenges with big tech. Breaking free from the duopoly, alternative paths to digital success. The rise of e-commerce has revolutionized the way we shop, but it's also created a new set of challenges for brands trying to sell their products online. In recent years, big tech companies like Amazon, Facebook, and Google have become dominant players in the digital advertising space, making it increasingly difficult for brands to reach their target audience without paying hefty fees. As we heard from our interviews, many of the brands we spoke to experienced costly challenges selling on Amazon, advertising on Facebook and Google, and generating meaningful revenue from these platforms. While these channels can be effective at driving traffic and sales, they can also be highly competitive, with many brands vying for the same advertising space and visibility. This is where D2C channels can offer a valuable alternative. By selling directly to consumers through their online store, brands can bypass the fees and limitations imposed by big tech platforms and build a more direct relationship with their customers. This not only helps them capture a larger share of the value chain, but also enables them to gather valuable data on their customers and tailor their marketing efforts more effectively. Of course, building a successful D2C channel is not without its challenges. Brands must invest in creating a seamless shopping experience, building trust with customers, and optimizing their website for search engines. They must also be willing to invest in marketing and advertising to drive traffic to their site. Despite these challenges, many brands are finding that the benefits of a D2C channel far outweigh the costs. In addition to providing a more profitable revenue stream, it also offers more control over the customer experience and the ability to build a loyal customer base. As the digital landscape continues to evolve, it's clear that brands will need to adapt and explore new channels to stay competitive. Whether it's through traditional retail channels, e-commerce marketplaces, or their own D2C channels, brands must be willing to embrace new strategies and take calculated risks to succeed in today's fast-paced marketplace. Weathering economic storms, adapting to changing tides. As we move into 2023, brands and consumers alike are keeping a watchful eye on inflation rates. Inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and when inflation is high, it can have a significant impact on both brands and consumers. In this chapter, we'll explore how inflation affects consumer behavior and what brands can do to respond. Inflation can have a significant impact on consumers' purchasing power. When prices rise, consumers have less disposable income to spend on non-essential items like snacks and beverages. This can lead to a decrease in sales for brands, especially those selling premium or luxury items. Inflation can also have a ripple effect on supply chains, causing disruptions and higher costs for raw materials and shipping. This can lead to higher production costs for brands, which may result in price increases for consumers. As a brand owner, inflation can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, we have to deal with rising production costs, which can eat into our margins. On the other hand, consumers are always looking for value, so we have to be careful not to price ourselves out of the market. During periods of high inflation, consumers tend to be more price sensitive and look for bargains. This can be an opportunity for brands to introduce lower price items or promotions that appeal to cost-conscious shoppers. Brands can respond to inflation by focusing on value and affordability. For example, they can offer smaller pack sizes or bundled deals that give consumers more bang for their buck. Brands can also emphasize their quality and differentiation to justify a higher price point. It's important for brands to stay nimble and responsive during periods of inflation. This means monitoring pricing trends and adjusting strategies as needed to stay competitive and relevant to consumers. Ultimately, inflation is a challenge that all brands and consumers must face, but with the right strategies and mindset, it can also be an opportunity for growth and innovation. In the next chapter, we'll explore how brands can respond to these challenges and position themselves for success in the ever-changing consumer landscape. Thriving in times of crisis, embracing innovation and consumer centricity. As we've discussed throughout this video, the current economic climate presents challenges for both consumers and brands. However, it also presents opportunities for brands that are willing to invest in their customers and innovate to bring real value to the market. Brands that prioritize their direct-to-consumer channels and focus on building strong relationships with their customers will be better positioned to weather economic downturns. By creating a seamless and personalized customer experience, brands can foster loyalty and generate repeat business. Innovation is also crucial during tough times. Brands that are able to adapt to changing consumer needs and preferences will have a competitive advantage. This could mean introducing new product lines, improving existing products, or finding new ways to reach customers. But perhaps most importantly, brands must remember that the customer always comes first. By prioritizing the needs and desires of their customers, brands can build lasting relationships that will carry them through difficult times. To summarize, the CPG industry is facing a number of challenges in 2023, including inflation, supply chain disruptions, and changes in consumer behavior. However, brands that prioritize their direct-to-consumer channels, innovate to meet changing consumer needs, and prioritize their customers will be better positioned to succeed. By investing in their customers and bringing real value to the market, these brands can weather economic storms and emerge stronger than ever before. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.